Hello everyone, here's a real quick video on how to add images and pictures to my math journal in Think Through Math. So the first thing you're going to do is we're going to go up here to the apps launcher and we're going to go to our drive. Now we're going to assume that we have to create the drawing. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click New and we're going to look for More and we're going to see Google Drawings. And maybe for the purposes of this particular journal, I need to, I don't know, draw a prism. So we're going to let this load up. It's taking a couple seconds. Very good, that finally loaded up. It's a best practice to always label your drawing first. So we're going to call this prism. And the next thing that we're going to do is we're just going to create a real quick drawing. Notice that all of my changes are saved in real time, so I don't ever have to save. We're going to go over here and we're going to pick up a shape. And let's just go ahead and see if we can just try this. So I'm going to left click and we're going to call that our prism. And let's see, we could label it by clicking on the text box, and we can make a text box. Make that a little bigger if we want to. And if we need to shorten that up, we can certainly move it around. You'll see that Google tries to give me these lines to help me center. All right. And so we don't really have to save that. If I wanted to share it with my teacher, I could come over here and click share. Or if I wanted to share it with one of my friends who's going to help me with this project, I could certainly click this button and type in their email address and go through the process of sharing. So we've got Prism. It's an image, and so we're just going to click out of this now. So I created my drawing in Google Drive, and now all I've done is open up a copy of the Math Journal template, which your teacher will give you. And you may want to use over here in the notes page, where you'll just copy this over and over every time you save a note and Think Through Math. You may decide that you need that picture right here. So what I'm going to do is I always like to leave one set of these clean. So I'm going to come down here, move my cursor here, and I'm going to hold down the left button until I highlight all this. Then I'm going to right click or double click if I'm on a Chromebook with two fingers, and I'm going to click copy. And then I'm going to move the cursor again to down here, and I'm going to right click and click paste. So now, instead of using up this one template, I'm just going to type here. And today is 10/19. And of course, this subject is prisms. And for my notes, what I want to start with is that drawing. So I'm going to put my cursor here. I'm going to go up to Insert. I'm going to click Drawing. And then what's going to happen is it's going to launch my Google Drive. Actually, this is just going to let me go ahead and draw. So I could create the prism here if I wanted to, where we've already done it. I could create it again right here. Okay, click Save and Close. And you see it puts it right in there. All right. If I want to get rid of this, I could backspace. So the other thing I could do is if I've saved a image as a PNG file, I could come up here and go to Insert and then Image, and I could go looking through my Google Drive and find an image that I wanted to include. Let's say I pick this. I can double click and it will put it right in the text for me. And then if I need to, I can click on it and I can manipulate it, make it smaller. We can turn it if we need to turn it. We can move it anywhere we want, and we can have the text wrap around it or the text break through the image if we want to. So that's two ways that you can add an image to your notebook. Make sure that you double check with your teacher how many entries you're supposed to have per 6 weeks. I would highly recommend that every time you ask for help with Think Through Math that you jot down one of these little notes. You just copy from date to one question I still have, and you fill in those 4 things every time you ask for help. Or if you get a question wrong, I would highly recommend that you make a note of that question, have a conversation with your teacher about how to solve that problem. There's no magic potion to Think Through Math. Just because you spend 45 minutes every day with the application open on your desktop doesn't mean you're going to get better at it. That's the equivalent of going to the gym and sleeping on the floor. That's not going to make you stronger. You're going to actually have to put in work. But the good news is, if you get to 30 lessons and Think Through Math, I think you're going to see an amazing difference on your performance on your SBAs and an amazing difference on your performance on the STAR test. And you just might set yourself up for taking Algebra 1 in 9th grade. And Algebra 1 is the gateway course to college. If you can successfully complete Algebra 1, then your chances of getting into and successfully completing college increase incredibly. So good luck to you. If you need any help, you can always email me at dmartin, M-A-R-T-I-N, at splendoraisd.org, or just ask your teacher how to get a hold of me, and I'll be glad to stop by and give you a hand or teach a mini lesson to the rest of your friends if you guys are having difficulty with something specific. Thanks and good luck.